It is 12 p.m. my time. In the chat, while we wait for others to filter in, go ahead and tell me where you're watching this from. Give your place or hometown a shout out. There's a small chance that I might have passed through at some point. Well, me, myself, I'm from LA, born and raised there, but a few years ago, I moved to Colombia. That's Colombia with an O. And today, I'm talking to you from a cozy co-working space in Medellin, aka the Silicon Valley of Latin America. And no, it's not dangerous. And I'll be your host today. I'm the somewhat new client success champ here at Convertry. My job is to show you how to use Convertry better. So I run onboarding calls. I've created several tutorials for you already. I'm the voice behind feature clips like the form widget, added feature update, out now. And you've probably seen me hanging out in the Facebook group, answering your questions, or at the help desk, Central Standard Time. All right, more people coming in, I see. To put a face to this voice, that's me there. To be honest though, that picture was taken over 4 years ago. I've since given birth and she's 2, so I've aged a lot. She's in that stage. Short, we call it TT because we don't want her to hear that we're terrible. Oh yeah, I also don't wear glasses anymore. Yeah, I got LASIK done to one eye, and it was earlier this year, and you won't believe how much I paid for it. I paid $270 US for one eye with astigmatism. Okay, so I'm just gonna go ahead and continue now. This is my first webinar. Let's see if anyone has any questions. Good morning, good morning. Okay, good. Yeah, this is my first webinar. I named it Let's Eat because it's catchy, and who doesn't like to eat? Before I traveled the world, eating was my gateway to nirvana. So yeah, let's eat. Let's jump right in. In this webinar, you're gonna learn how to add events, actions, and targets. Wait, is that a picture? Okay, you're gonna learn how to add events, actions, and targets, or as I like to call them, eats, to your funnel pages. You won't hear my colleagues refer them to eats because it hasn't caught on yet, but I'm hoping that it will. And today I'm going to share with you some key points to help you understand this software better. By understanding how this particular feature works, my hope is that you'll quickly identify what an event is, what a target is, and when to name the target, so that when you go out into the world to try this on your own, you'll have a greater chance of succeeding the first time, because I didn't. And there are 3 places where you can apply eats. So first is on the elements, and that includes text, images, videos, and buttons. And second is on the layers, and then at the page level as well. So I'm going to quickly run through what I mean by that. All right, so here's a demo page. Elements. By elements, I mean this piece of text, this button. I mean this boy here. Maybe you can make him do something. You can even drag in some video from YouTube, whatever, and that's an element as well. And if you go over to the element properties panel, you see that selected, you'll see that you have the option here to add eats, actions, and events, right? And you click on any other elements here, and you see that you also have that option. So that's what I mean by elements. Second is layers. So you create a layer. Let's create one really fast using Convertry's layers. So here's a pop-up. You add it, and you can make this thing do things. And to add eats there, you hit the 3 dots on the right side, and you see that you have the option to add eats there, actions and events. And then finally, you can add eats at the page level. Look right here on the menu toolbar, actions. Add new action. You'll want to use this for things like, if you want a pop-up to appear after them scrolling 50%, for example, or if they spend like 10 minutes or 100 seconds, whatever, then you'll want like a layer to pop up. So that's what I mean by the page level. So now that you understand where you can place the E.A.T at, I'm going to go over some demos of where you can add these. All right. So the first one is just showing my page here. Oh no. First, you need to understand. This is a key thing that was drilled to me when I was watching the crash course. Is you set the action on the thing the user interacts with. So when we get to work, keep this in mind. In Convertry, you set the action on the thing the user interacts with, not on the thing the action is happening to. For example, if you want to make a layer appear after someone clicks a button, you might try to set the action on the layer when it should be set on the button. Why? Because the user is interacting with the button and not with the layer. Some might find this a little unintuitive, but once I walk you through these demos, it should click. Second thing is, it is the event that determines the action. It is the event that determines the action. During the presentation, I'm going to use event interaction a lot. Just rest assured that they mean the same thing. All right, so let's just dive right in. So I'm going to show you the 5 things that we're going to create. So the first one is a custom menu dropdown without using the navigation bar. The benefit here is that if you want your users to open a URL in a new tab without leaving your Convertry page, this will get you there. See? Ta-da! All right, I'll show you more of that later. At the moment, our in-house navigation bar does not do that, so we're going to show you how to get around it. Second demo is the FAQ dropdown, better than the accordion style. This. So you guys request this a lot, right? So question, everything else moves. You guys are used to seeing these accordion style schemes because they create this easy and cool transition. But by nesting links, the design of the page is cleaner and less cluttered. However, at the moment, you can't have text move. You can't have text move down on your Convertry pages. This is a trade-off we make for allowing the free-form page construction which you guys love so much. Since this comes up a lot, I'm going to show you a really cool way around that. So here's an FAQ for a dummy page for schools. What size is the class? Oh, look how fast that was. When are payments due? Oh, see, that was quick. So you won't miss the accordion scheme, I promise. Next, we're going to show you how to do a couple of mouse over events with images and video. This is the mouse over ceremony, great for travel websites. If you run yoga retreats, ayahuasca retreats, meditation retreats, if you own a hotel near a beach or a real estate firm, you'll probably want a serene image to evoke endless possibilities. Well, then why not have 2 images instead of 1? Then I'm going to show you how to take this mouse over action to video. Now, before I show you the demos, you probably already know this, but having videos in your page is important. The CEO of Vitalytics, who was in our last episode of Funnel Master, said, yeah, video should be one of the main features in every single funnel, bar none. That's not what he sounds like, but that's just like my male voice. But that's what he said, that video should be one of the main features in every single funnel, right? So the challenge with adding video is to your homepage or landing page is that it can slow down your loading speed. But with Convertry, you don't have to worry about that. So I'm going to show you 2 ways to make your video stand out. One is this background video. So let's say your page is long, and then they're like, oh wait, what's that? Oh, it's a pretty girl. You know what I mean? It's like a scroll stopper. So it feels a little nonchalant. So I'm going to show you how to create this background video. That's my beautiful daughter, me in the background, more updated look. And then the final demo will be about FOMO, just because it can help you drive serious conversions. Skip through just a bit. Okay, wait for it, wait for it. Yeah. I'm pretty sure that you'll hand over anything and see what this badass kitty Martinico will do. If you have any questions during the presentation, there's a good chance that I'll answer them at the end. If you have any comments during, I'll do my best to acknowledge them. Like right now, good morning, someone said, okay, oh no. I don't know what Ahmed means by that. Maybe you could clarify. Let's dive right in to our first demo. So we're gonna create, hold on, give me a sec, close this. Okay, so we're gonna create this, the drop-down menu. Let's open our dummy page. And delete the panel, the menu panel, save it. So I'm gonna run you through this template really quick. I created this on my own from scratch. I've never taken Photoshop. I'm not a designer, but this is just to show you how easy it is for someone like me to create this. It's really easy. I created this all from scratch. Again, it's not the navigation menu, which you guys are probably familiar with. It's great. You know, you click on it, hit menu properties, menu items, and you just add your links, home, about, click the down button, plug in your link. The challenge here is that it doesn't have the option to open the URL in a new tab. That's the only option. That's the only caveat, I guess. So let me show you how to create this from scratch. Drag in a panel, resize it, throw in some text here. Let's name it home, and then clone. See, you get the idea, right? Then highlight them and then click on the little hyperlink here. And as you can see, you have the option to open it in a new tab. Ah, great, good stuff. So we'll delete that now. And let's create this navigation bar, this navigation panel here. Head on back to panels. Any questions about that? Nada? I speak Spanish too. All right. So here's my panel, just resizing it. Go to background. Now I want to change it to a basic color, which is black. And here's a shortcut. If it's a basic color that you want to change to like black, just type it in and Converter will read it. What if you want pink or yellow? Here's one I use a lot, transparent. And you only need to type in TRANS and that's it. But for now, let's go back to black. All right, so you have your panel here. Let's throw in some links. Link 1 and highlight it and change the color to a basic color like white. See how I'm using that shortcut already? It's so useful. Clone it. Clone again. And again, to link them out, let's say like this, it's like this guy. See? Just it just opens in another tab. Oh yeah. So I watched this guy, David Minkin, in LA, Orange County, a while ago. Took my family there. He put on a really good show. I was right in front of him. I treated my dad, and he thought I was in on it. So I'm still getting his newsletters. I need to unsubscribe. I don't need to go again. And I opened it a couple of weeks ago, and I thought, oh, I need to create that. So that's where I got the idea from. But yeah, check him out if you want to see some magic show. I mean, for me, it was all an illusion or just my mind playing tricks on me. So, okay, so you have your menu panel, drop-down panel. We named it. Now, before we get to work, let's break down our intended events, actions, and and then our targets. E.A.T, right? E.A.T. Let's go to our demo. All right, so when user clicks show event, the drop-down panel action will show. In this case, the drop-down panel is the action and it's the target, so we need to name the panel. In another action, when user clicks show, the drop-down panel action will disappear. In that case, again, the drop-down panel is the action and it's also the target. There are actually several E.A.Ts going on in this button. And I'm going to show it. I'm going to show you right now how to do that. All right. So we're going to add all the work to here, to these buttons, but let me show you a little secret here. This is actually 2. Yeah, 2. Gonna quickly check if anyone asked any questions. All right. No questions yet. No comments. Tell me where you're from. If you're late, it's fine. I'm from LA, California, but I'm in Colombia. See, Colombia with an O. All right. So okay. So you see that these are 2 buttons, right? But if I head on over to the general properties panel, they have different names, active and inactive. And if you hit actions and events, that's different too. In Asia, they would say same, but different. Same, but different. I've backpacked through Asia a couple of times, and there's so many guest houses and hostels called same, but different. But yeah, this is a good example where it doesn't really irk you. Okay, so let's recreate these 2 buttons. I'm going to delete them and change the look just to make it easier for you to follow. Let's drag in some text. And first one will be inactive. Yes. Change it to heading 2. Change the color to red. And clone. Change this will be active. Change the color to icono. This one's active, color to green. See how I'm using that shortcut. Now let's name our targets. Inactive in the general properties panel, let's call it. Name it inactive. We need to name our targets. And finally, so we're naming that one active. We'll name our menu panel menu 1. Before we get to work, let's save. Let's configure our visibility settings. I can't tell you how many times I'm at the help desk and someone's like, why isn't this working? I did everything correctly. And then I do this, I click on it, and then look at the visibility settings. And I'm like, oh, this person didn't set it to start hidden. So here's what you need to do. For the inactive button, set it to start visible selected elements only. Now, if these are too many steps, Don't faint, don't leave. I'm gonna have cheat sheets for you guys, all right? But it's good to understand like how this works. So yeah, all right. So active, set to start hidden, selected elements only, and then menu panel, set to start hidden, including contents, because we needed to include these links. So just double checking here. Inactive, set to visible, selected element only. Okay, and okay, that one's good. And they all have, the targets are named. Now remember, since the user is going to interact with a button, which is the event, all the actions, the E.A.Ts will be set to here. So let's get to work on this one. Here we go. Go to the general elements properties panel, hit actions and events, add new action. We're going to have 3 actions here. Ready? Click, on click, action, show target, target, the active button. Wait, I need to do something first. I'm gonna delete these buttons. These are actually two, but I need to delete them because they're also named targets. And if I keep seeing them, they're just gonna throw me off a little bit. Okay, so I'm deleting them. We'll get back to those later on, I promise. And if I forget and you really wanna know, just say something in the chat. I promise we'll go back to it. All right, so here we go. Inactive, event type, on click, action, show target, target, active button, and done. Second action, event type, on click, action, show target, target, menu 1, include contain elements, absolutely. Next button, so we're done with this one. We have, no, we're not done. We need one more E.A.T, and that is event type, on click, action, hide, hide target, target, hide the target itself, inactive. Now notice how in the dropdown, these are all the targets I named. There were a lot more a second ago, but I deleted that little button because I didn't want it to get in my way. I hope that makes sense to you. Okay, target, inactive. And done. Looking on the right side, yep, it looks good. Gonna save my work and move on to the active button. Just to make sure, see, active, hit actions and events. Here we go, on click, action, hide. This time we're gonna hide the target, target, menu 1, include contain elements. Yes, please. Add new action, second E.A.T, on click, action, hide, hide active button, hide target, target is the active button, and done. Third and final, E.A.T, event type, on click, action, show, show target, target, inactive. And save, always save your work. This is a habit I learned in college after I forgot to save like a 25-page document. I don't think it was that long. So now I'm gonna drag these two over, above, put them over each other, and now for some real magic, let's save it and preview. And there you go. There you have it. It works live. Now there is one more aesthetic thing we need to do, right? And it's really easy. Just change it to whatever you want. Grab the color here, change it, right? and just put them over here. And it'll work just the same because Converge, you can see that you named the targets and that they're different. To get that icon, head on over to the Elements tray, hit icon, and that down button, down arrow, will be on the first page. You could change the color in the icon properties, name the target here, and just do the same thing that we just did. Now, here you go. Here's a cheat sheet. Feel free to take a screenshot. And if you don't know how to take a screenshot, then let me know that you need it and I'll make sure that you'll get it. Let me see if we have any questions. I'm having audio challenges. Suzanne White. Well, I don't think anyone else is having audio challenges because no one has said anything. My mic says that it's fine. So make sure that your mic isn't muted. When I first came in, nobody could hear me. Well, Neil couldn't hear me. So it was because my mic was off. So check that your physical mic is fine. And also the mic here on GoToWebinar. Okay, hope that works. Hope that helps. Okay. So here is the E.A.T for the drop-down menu. Any questions or comments? Let's go on to our next demo. Who's looking forward to this one? This is the FAQ drop-down menu. This is how it works. Cool, right? And jump right into our demo. Here, and I crew this template. Well, I found it in Convertree. They have really good templates. All you have to do is just choose one and make it your own. This one spoke to me because I have a kid and I always have questions like these. So I'm going to delete parts of this and I'm going to delete the layers quickly so that I can show you how we're going to do these. All right, save it. So let's just jump right in. Step one, we're going to create this first. We're going to create these panels with the text, and then we're going to create the layers, which you just saw me delete. Here we go. To create those pretty yellow bars, use panels. Resize. And change the background color to whatever you want. In this case, I'm going to use yellow text. First question is, how big are classes? Want to make sure my baby gets enough attention. Now clone as many as you need. We're just going to do a 3 total. I think you'll get the idea then. Now let's modify the text. How long are semesters? Do not worry about alignment here. I can show you how to do that in a minute. Oh, here's a question that I always have at school. Do you add sugar? Do you add sugar in your lunch? In Colombia, yeah, they add a lot of sugar and things. So I always have to provide alternatives. Okay. So let's save that. Now we're gonna set up our layers. Hit layers. And you could make one from scratch. It's pretty easy, but Convertree sort of has your work cut out for you, so why not just use theirs? So hit pop-ups, hit pop-up 1, and add it. Let's call this pop 1. Let's add text to the layer to make it our own. This is pretty easy. Just delete these two elements and this and that and that. Delete. First question was, how big are classes? Six to 10 per teacher. So we've aligned it. You can align this to the center by using the alignment tool feature. Now that we have that, hit layers. And let's clone this 2 times. Hit the 3 dots on the right, hit clone it again. Okay. Now let's modify our second layer. So you know that you're editing a layer. When you look on the right top side, it says editing. You're now editing pop 1. Copy. Let's change the name of that. So hit rename, call it pop 2. And while we're here, let's just modify. Let's just do the text. How long are semesters? They are what? 6 weeks long. Okay, so now let's go on to our other cloned and rename it to pop 3. Okay, and modify it. Do you add sugar? Sometimes. That's honest. Save work. So we've named our layers, as you saw, because they're targets. We need to name them. We've added a text. Now I need to tell you about the X factor, okay? The X factor is this, because when we break down our actions, first action, let's break it down now because we're here. Let's just do that. So the first E is in the event that the user clicks on the panel or text, a layer, which is the target, will pop up. That's also the action. Since the user will interact with the panel or text, we're going to set up the E.A.T there on the panel. Second E.A.T, in the event that the user clicks the X, the action is that the layer will disappear. The layer here is also the target. Now, let me show you about the X, okay? So we're working according to, am I on the right one? I think I am. I don't think it, okay. It says pop 1, so save it. It's going to reload it. Open our layers again. All right, that's that. Now we're good. So let's go on to our first layer, and I want to show you something because it is a template. Let me double check that we have any questions before I forget. Okay, no questions. Good. See if anyone's in the chat. No. Okay, good. So let's go to our layer. So we're editing the pop 1, and this is a template. The first one is the way we made the layer was that we used a template. So looking at our layer here, notice that there are many elements here actually. We have this white panel, we have this text, we have this text, and we have the X. We have four elements that we can work with. So the X, hit the X, hit on the element properties panel, and go to actions and events, and you'll see Now, because it is a template, Convertri already added this action for you. So when you click on the X, it'll do its thing. However, when you clone it, you do need to modify the target, because right now it's set to close the first that own layer. So let's go into POP2. Excuse me, POP2, yes. Hit the X, go to Elements Properties, Actions and Events, and we're just gonna change the target to the second layer. Include contain elements, absolutely. Head back to layers. Now we're working on the third, editing POP3. You could see on the up there. Hide this. Said hide. Oh, you did. Okay. And hit target and choose layer POP3. Okay. Now we're doing good. Let's hide this. Hide all. Our layers are done. As I said, we need to place all the work on the panels. So let's get to work, I guess. Let's select the first panel, and it's our, go to the Elements Properties panel, Actions and Events, add new action. Again, I'll have a cheat sheet for you guys. Event type, on click. Action, show target. Target is the first layer, include contain elements. And we're also going to apply this to the text. If anyone has any questions about this, go ahead and I'll be happy to explain. On click, action, show target. Target, layer 1. So you just do the same thing to both. Event type, on click, action, show target. Target, second layer. Do the same for the text. Show target, on click, show target. Target. Layer 2. Don't forget, Jane, you're on layer 2. Panel. Third panel. Add new target. Click. On click. Action, show target. Target is the third layer. Don't sweat, Jane. Don't sweat. Add new action and then type, on click. Action, show target. And done. Let's quickly align these, yeah? So click these, hit shift, align to center. You can also align these to the left. Left align. You can even align these to the middle of the panel. Watch this. Hit the alignments menu, hit middle align. Now it's perfect. Middle align. See? Didn't think you learned anything extra, huh? Save. We covered the X. Let's preview it. And it's gonna work. Mm-hmm. And there you have it. Oh, hey, any questions about this? Any questions? Anyone noticed something that I didn't do? Okay. So let me point out something. I'm going to point out that we did notice that we didn't name these. See? General properties panel, we didn't name them because they're not targets. We're interacting with them. They're events. We don't need to name them as targets. So let's get out of here. Who needs a sip of water? I do. Here's your cheat sheet. If anyone needs it. diving right into our third demo. To remind you what it is, this pretty mouse of action. Okay. Yeah, let me use a different template. So I live in Medellin, and there are many ayahuasca retreats here. I've never done one here. This is just where I came up with the idea for this type of template. And I did it all from scratch, again, just to show you that a non-designer like me can use Convertry to do pretty things. This is pretty easy. So let's just dive into breaking down the events. First event, when the mouse enters the green event, in the event that the mouse enters a green image, the ceremonial image target will appear. That's the first one. In this case, the interaction with it is with the green image. Second event, when the mouse leaves the ceremonial image event, the ceremony image, which will also be the target, will hide, and that is the action. In this case, the interaction is with the ceremonial image, so we conclude that while we'll add the E.A.T to both of these images, there's only one target. So we only need to name one target, and that is the ceremonial image. Before we begin, let's set this up. Let's go on over to the Elements Property panel. Sorry, the Elements tray. Select Image. I'm going to find the ayahuasca image. Select. Make it full width. And just drag it over the other one. Now, this is really important because we need that form to appear. So let's just hit send backward until that form comes, so it appears. Okay, this is key because when I did this like the 6th time, it didn't work, and I'm like, oh. Now let's name the target. General properties. We'll name it ceremony image. Now let's configure the visibility settings. Set ceremony image to start hidden, selected elements only. Start hidden, selected elements only. Even though the ceremony image will start hidden, we do need it to be in the front in order for this event to go as planned. Set green image. So set this down and then hit the green image and set that to start visible, which it already is. Selected elements only. Now let's get to work. Put that over. No, not yet, actually. All right, on the green image, here we go. Actions and events, add new action, event, mouse movement, on mouse entering the element, action, show, fade in target, ceremony image. That is the only target that you'll see here in the dropdown. Include contained elements, yes, done. Second action will be on the ceremony image. Add new action, event type, mouse movement, on mouse leaving the element, action, hide, fade out target, ceremony image. Turn off include contain elements because if your user is filling out the form, you don't want it to disappear. Drag that back up, save the work, and preview. Ta-da! Here is your screenshot moment Okay, remember that in the second action, just remember that in the second action, the ceremony image was the event and the target. Let me know if you have any questions about this. Okay, good. Moving on to our fourth E, we can use the same mouse over action to play and pause a video in the background. To do this, you will need to use Convertri Video. You just set it up in your Convertri dashboard. I'll quickly show you how to do that. This will take a second. So you hit over campaigns. On the left side, hit videos. And if you do need to be a pro subscriber, you can upload up to 20 videos. So the two of them are my daughter, because that's the kind of mom I am. And then of the cat, Marchinico. So let's go back into our funnels and dive right into our demo. It takes like a hot second to upload the video, by the way. It's really fast. You need to, yeah, just remember that you need to be a pro subscriber for this. Okay, let's go into the demo to show you what we're creating here. It's this. Whenever the mouse scrolls over, the video plays. Leaves, it stops. Pretty cool. Okay, so we have our templates here. Create space, make some space for the video. Really easy, just click it, click at the top element, hit shift, and just drag it down, and you'll see that everything below it goes along with it. So we have a space for it there. Now we're gonna add a video. Go to media, video, bam. Resize it and make it, yeah, did we make it full width? Yes, we did. So let's make it full width. While we're here, let's name our target video. Now let's break down what we're gonna do. When mouse enters, the first event is when the mouse moves into the video will play. The second event is when the mouse leaves the video will pause. This means that for both events to happen, the user will interact with the video, which is also the target. So we're gonna apply the E.A.T on the video. Ready? All right, first action, selected and ready to go. Actions and events, add new action, event type, on mouse entering element. Action, video player, start video. Target, video, done. Second action, event type, mouse movement. On mouse leaving the element action, video player will pause. Target will be the video. Save and preview. It's usually good when something like this happens. Let's check it out again. Whenever mouse enters this element, video will start playing. Whenever mouse leaves this element, video will pause. So maybe there's something with my internet. Oh, you know what happened? Here's what happened. I forgot to do something really basic. I forgot to select the video. So you saw those 3 videos that I uploaded earlier? They're showing up right here. So choose a video, save. These things happen to you guys all the time, so forgive me if it happens to me. All right, that's good, that's good. Let's go to our cheat sheet background video, take a screenshot for our final demo. This one's a favorite, it's the FOMO one. It's a quick story about this Martinico. His name is Martinico because it's Portuguese. Anyone have cats here? Anyone? All right, let me turn this off. So I can't say there were cat owners because we know that it's the other way around. So before I settled down in Medellin, my husband and I traveled through Latin America for 2 years and a half. And whenever he would make a wish list on Airbnb, I always chose the place that had cats. And that's how we ended up living in Brazil for a month with 4 cats. I would have been fine with 3, but 4, like I was coughing up hairballs. So, but it was worth it because I met this guy, Martinico, who put all the cats in their place. And he would also let me grab him and treat him like a pillow. And unlike my cat, who's, you know, he's cool. I think this cat really appreciated me for me. So let's go into our template so I can show you how to do this, our final demo. Let me check that if we have any questions here, any comments. Nope. What we're gonna do here with our template, rent a cat, that was just a wet dream of mine a long time ago, but I have a cat now. Still, if you know something like this, just doesn't hurt to just let me know. Okay, what we're gonna do here is we're gonna set up the video, which is hosted by Convertri. Then we'll set up the layer, which will pop up, and then we'll apply the E.A.Ts. Let's break this down, okay? First event, not there. First event. In the event that the video passes 27 seconds, a layer, this layer, the target, will pop up. Second event. In the event that when the layer pops up, the video, which is the target, will pause, as you saw. Third event. In the event that the user clicks submit, this button here, the layer target will hide. And in the fourth event, in the event that the user clicks submit, this is the second event on this button, the video will resume playing because that's your reward. So let's see how this works. And there you have it. So that's what we're going to create. The targets here are the layer and the video. Let's go into it. We'll drag in our media, the video. And just so that I don't create this boo-boo again, let's select the video right away. Martinico. Let's name it because it is a target. Name it video. Make sure that your video properties, that the auto plays are off on both desktop and mobile because you want the user to click on it, right? Let's set up the layer. We're going to use the same layer that we used before. The pop-up layer, add it, and let's call it Kitty Pop. Kitty Pop. Now let's modify it, okay? Let's make it our own by, first I'll delete this here and replace the image by selecting it, go to the element properties panel, hit change image, find your image. Where are you, boy? Okay, see how I just replaced it? Great. align it. I'm going to align by to the middle of this page, like this, middle align, like this middle align. And we don't need this text here. Hit the send now button, element properties panel, and let's modify the background. Green. And instead of send it now, watch Chinico. Boom. Save. Before we move on, let's just take a look at this X. We use the template. So it's already there. It's saving us some time, but what do you want them to do? If they don't give you their email, do you want them to continue to watch the video, send them somewhere? There's so much you can do. So if you want, you could just delete that and do something else, all right? Cool. This is already set to start hidden in the layers by default. And it's named, yep, we're ready to go. Hide all, editing main page now. There's gonna be 4 actions, guys, all right? Because first action is on the video, then the second one is on the layer, third one is on the submit button, and the fourth one is on the submit button as well. And then there's an optional 5th, which is the X factor. Ready? Actions and events. Event type. Video time. Okay, event type. Video time. Choose video time. Video passes time marker. 27 seconds. Action. Show target. Target. Layer kitty pop. Yes, include contain elements. Why not? Done. Second action will be on the layer. So let's bring that layer back. Hit the 3 dots here on the right. Actions and events, add new action, event type. On time. On time passed after layer is shown. 1 second. Action. Video player pauses. Pause video. Target. Video. Okay? Does that make sense? A second later, after the layer is shown, the video will pause. Done. Third action is on the submit button because they're interacting with this button. Elements, okay, hit the element properties panel, add new action on click, on form submit, action, hide target. Which is a target? It's the layer and include contain elements. Done. Second action on this button will be event type. On click, action, on form submit. Because if you just choose on click, then it doesn't matter if your form goes in or not. Okay. So, okay, on form submit, action, go back to the video player. Video player will start. Target, video. Turn on, include contain elements. Save the work. Preview it. Who's ready to watch Mark and Nico do another stunt for the second time? No. Anybody here don't like cats, just tell me. It's okay, I can take it. Just tell me in the chat. I don't like cats, you're torturing me, Jane. I won't be offended. Oopsie. And Juana, this is my name in Spanish, Juana. Juana la peruana. Okay, so it worked. Of course it worked. I did this like 100 times. Now for your moment of zen. There you go. Any questions, you guys? About everything you've seen here? I'm just gonna leave this on now that I just showed you 5 demos in an hour. To be honest, around 40 minutes, I was like, wait, we only got through like 2? I think we only got through like 2 because the first 2 are the big guys. You know, there was a lot of E.A.T. But then as you saw for the rest, it was really fast, you know. It's just like 1 action, 2 actions for 1 target. I hope that I've shown you that that it's easy. It's just a matter of understanding the feature. It's a great feature. Let me show you again. Maybe you have some questions then. The mouse over action. I mean, can you think of where you would place this? I'm gonna stay here for 5 minutes, okay? 5 minutes because I have to go pick up my daughter. She's at la guarderia. How do you say that in English? Guarderia. It's pre-kinder, right? It's pre-kinder, so I have to pick her up. So 5 minutes, sling around. Here's the other demo. This one is my favorite. The accordion style. Yeah. Okay, well, Ronnie says, thank you. I received the link from support. Caught the video option, that was great. There will be Antonio Piricon, says there's gonna be a replay. Yeah, there's gonna be a replay. The only time when there won't be a replay is if for whatever reason, this didn't load. Like it just doesn't look right. So there will be a replay. Antonio says yes. Yes, exactly. Ronnie Norpel says there's a replay within a week. Oh, someone said Lynn is from California. I just saw that. Lynn is from California. What part of California are you from, Lynn? I'm gonna be in Redondo Beach in December. Lynn Brown, what part of California are you from? Okay. Okay, Ahmed says, I missed the second screenshot. I'm just gonna go through the screenshots. Yeah, here's the second screenshot. I'm glad. Did you guys find the screenshots helpful? Ronnie Norpel replay. You guys, yeah, I hope everything here was helpful. Let me know this is my first time, so let me know if there's anything I could have done better. Maybe I should have slowed down. Maybe I threw a joke out that wasn't funny. You can tell me that, I don't mind. I've done stand-up a couple of times. It's one of the hardest things anyone can do. This was like 10 years ago, so I haven't had any practice since. I don't think there's any more questions. Suddenly people are talking. Ahmed says thanks. You're welcome. Here's the screenshot drop-down menu. Let me know if you have any questions about these. Simple mouse over action. Go back to 2, 3. The background video. That thing is so easy. When Dan showed it, I was intimidated. Then I did it, like, oh, there's nothing to it. When I first did the simple, the FAQ, you know what I did? I named these targets. I named them question 1, question 2, question 3, and I thought, I'm gonna have to do this in the demo. It's gonna take a long time. And then I think I did it like a 3rd time when I clicked. Wait, you don't have to name these because they're not targets. We're just interacting with it. Ahmed says that was on point. Thank you. Mark Omiker is asking, will there be a replay? Yes. The only time when we don't have a replay, the only reason we wouldn't is because maybe this didn't come out right. And you know what? I'm going to log out in 2 minutes. I promise this time. Because I realized that I do need to let this load. I'm going to call a cab and I'm going to leave. Go run down and get my girl. But it's fine. She likes school. She loves that place. She goes to this place. She's 2 years old, by the way, 2 years and 4 months. And the thing that sold us was the animals. There are rabbits. Conejos? There are rabbits. There's even a peacock. I think it's a peacock that sold it to us. Por favor, put more screenshots up. Would love to hear about your stand-up another tiempo. Don't read this. No, you don't want to hear about it. I don't want to torture you with that. Okay, 2 more minutes. Man, these are 2 long minutes. But I'm just waiting for any questions. Okay. Lynn from Kelly. I've also, yeah, Kelly. Well, I love California. Oof, I'm in a cabin right now. In my co-working place. Okay, got more. You're welcome, Mark Omiker. The drop-down one menu, okay. Drop-down, that is the first one. Here you go, man. Ronnie, there you go. The reason why I underlined show, and hide is to give myself a rhythm. That way I'll remember, okay, the first 2, show target. Show, hide. Hide, show. So I sang that song to myself when I went to bed. Okay, guys, I'm gonna bow out. Thank you guys for being a great audience. Oh yeah, you guys can find me on the help desk in the evenings, Central Standard Time. You can find me on Facebook group. So you guys, Facebook group. I'm always there. Like, that's how I start my day. I browse through anything I can answer. And Neil is there too. There's our knowledge base. Oops, it's this one. We're always updating these. I actually just updated the crash course, so I need to announce that on the Facebook group. The crash course, guys, I learned so much from that. You just need to like really go through it. So whatever questions you have about like the menu drop down. So like I just watched this a few times and then I created it, okay? So if you really want to watch what I just did, told in a British accent, go ahead and watch this if you can't wait for the replay. So this knowledge base is great. Just type in anything and we should have a tutorial. And if we don't, just yell at me in the Facebook group. Now I'm gonna go. Goodbye, goodbye.